So here it is, my 2024 look at what our TV channels are doing for Christmas this year. Hopefully short, considering only 3 or 4 channels are actually bothering this year. Starting with BBC One, as mentioned in my previous video, using Wallace and Gromit to promote their new film on Christmas Day. If you want to know more, then watch my rundown on every single BBC Christmas silent. I'll leave it somewhere. BBC Two are still using the same stuff as last year, as expected. Same with BBC Four and BBC Alba, despite the lack of mentioning that one last year. ITV, same old stuff, again, as expected. Same with their sister channels, same old. Much to my chagrin, so is Channel 4 reusing their 2023 presentation from last year. Even the MOG one. Lack of children's animation, perhaps? It's a shame either way. Channel 5, as predicted, same as last year. Although saying that it might not even be called Channel 5 by next year, as it's been announced that a rebrand is due to take place in 2025. Just the number and a new look, as though we've been told. Time will tell. It always does. So, as is usually the case nowadays, S4C coming clutch. Their Christmas presentation this year is about a very small and very red Welsh dragon stalking a younger child for no good reason. I'm not going to say these are bad, not at all. Certainly more effort than ITV or Channel 5, that's for sure. But the animation reminds me a lot of Cocomelon. Not a very sound comparison, as it turns out. I don't know whether it was animated by the same guys, but I really, genuinely hope not. Regardless, surprisingly festive and reiterating the idea of S4C carrying the flag for original Christmas ardents each year. Although 2024 and last year were close calls. Very close calls. Another surprise contributor is Rewind TV, with a new set of festive presentation. Or fresh set, whatever. If you aren't aware, Rewind TV is a relatively new channel here in the UK that launched on Sky, then Freeview earlier this year, and shows archive programming and programs about old things, hence the name. To put it bluntly, a rather modern version of Talking Pictures TV. The Christmas silents for Rewind TV are basically the same as the regular ones, but with a dash of snow, and with a reindeer, snowman, and Mr. K. Kringle, with an old TV nearby. Forgive me for thinking that some of these could have been generated by AI, plus that reindeer is half-heartedly placed on the right. But regardless, at least they care, to some degree. And it will not surprise me at all if these come back next year completely unchanged. Another new addition is Great Christmas, one of the linchpins of the Great TV network, owned by Narrative Entertainment, whose primary objective is to ruin good TV by branding them as great, when in actuality you're just showing a bunch of Hallmark and made-for-TV shite films only really easily offended people can watch. Anyway, as for the idents, probably more genius than I would have thought, considering they've grabbed stock footage and integrated the logo onto various items, like a rolling pin, hat, and presents. I'm actually surprised they have technology that can do that, instead of showing a film about a woman running a small business and overcoming an evil corporate entity with a subtle anti-capitalist message splashed in for good luck. Meanwhile, after abandoning them last year, Blaze have gone back to their usual Christmas presentation, which is completely fine considering all they're showing is documentaries about aliens during the Christmas break. I mean, to each their own, I guess. Even as we've learnt aliens are not a reputable source of fact, rather fictional. Ewan Gold, having completed their regeneration a few weeks ago, also have Christmas islands which look eerily similar to Great Christmas's ones. Too similar. Like, arse-achingly similar. And no doubt these will be repeated next year too. And that's basically it, because everyone else is either using what they used last year or not bothering at all. Pick your poison. I could sit here and go on about the lack of originality in Christmas presentation nowadays, as the BBC have taught us, but for some reason I do not. Partially because I'm an 18-year-old teenager making these videos for the sake of it. Anyway, as is usually the case with my sign-offs, I have no way of signing them off. So, a Merry Christmas, yeah? And a Happy New Year, and hope to God 2025 isn't as abysmal as 2024. Frankly, I am holding my breath with anticipation.